insane, like, because they have no like base armor without a Titan, and then PA can crit like what, so much higher.
Yeah.
It's nice synergy, especially with Skywrath as well with the Ancient Seal. So maybe they go for like a large magic nuke.
Do you expect that we're gonna see something that has been played a lot of times now in DreamLeague, the Centaur and Brewmaster combo? Are they gonna pick into the Centaur for offlane? I mean, he would struggle on the lane, but if you get the Blink Daggers up on Brewmaster and Cent, along with PA and the other Titan, you could play extremely aggressively, and maybe that would work as a solution to what EG are doing.
I think it's actually a really good pick for both teams. Like, obviously for the reasons that you mentioned for VP, but against Brew's Centaur ulti, disengaging is insanely strong. Okay, like he splits and you just run away, and then all of a sudden the split is wasted, and clearly the split is more important to like VP than what your Centaur ult would be, because as long as you avoid the engagement, you've pretty much come out on top, at least for a certain stage in the game.
So you think VP are going to pick Centaur?
I think they both.
Yeah.
And only have one ranged hero?
Well, I mean, it's not necessarily about if you have ranged or melee in the laning phase. ET has his own spam, and we can probably assume that that's going to be off lane.
Yeah.
PA is going to be safe lane, and unless EG want to run an aggressive tri lane, which I suppose is kind of possible right now, given the heroes that they have, that would give the Centaur, if they picked it and a puck, 2 1v1s, so they feel pretty confident that they would be, you know, comfortable with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, you would end up with 4 melee heroes, but it's also a type of melee that you have. I don't really even count Brewmaster as so much of a melee hero, because he blinks really in, claps, and splits, which
kind of the same with
doesn't function so normally. And Elder Titan is not really the walk-in and punch. If he's a support position, he's just going to drop his spells from far anyway. So how they actually function in the end, I think it's fine drafting this many melees when it's these heroes.
So are they thinking about banning a jungler
10
here?
seconds remaining.
well,
Like-
there's a couple of things that they could do. Like, from VP's perspective, they could be assuming, yeah, okay, so they're thinking it's going to be greedy.
Turn to pick.
So, if it would be greedy, then I suppose,
Enigma works well with Drow,
yeah.
and the push is ridiculous.
That would basically mean that puck would have to be mid if they're banning Enigma,
Yeah.
right? Like, there's no other way I think
They
that
could put
would ban
Drow
it.
mid.
Unless they think that maybe the Enigma would be in a 1v1 lane, and then they would aggro try or something.
EG has done farming Visage in the past, so
Yeah.
Drow mid wouldn't be that unheard of.
Yeah, that's...
The Drow mid's a little... It's a
Again-
little sketch.
10
Like, against Sky,
seconds remaining.
I think it's a lot harder to kill puck than it is Drow. Like, you could still kill the puck
5
with this guy,
seconds remaining.
but it would be a lot harder to execute.
Is Brew not going to be mid?
No, but I'm saying like the Sky
Reserve
would roam.
time.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Right? Like, he would roam on the puck. And it would be like ET Sky, I guess, or ET off lane and then Sky +1 support.
Yeah, I personally really like the ban out on Enigma against EG. They are one of the teams that have shown the most proficiency with that hero. They played really well.
Size Enigma's crazy good.
You know they have like a 71% win rate or something, like EG.
Well, EG has really high win rate on...
They're like
in general,
considered the best
so-
team in the Western
Yeah,
scene right
exactly.
now, so yeah, their win rate's pretty up there. I mean, they have some signature heroes like PPD's Tree that's like 90-something win rate.
Wraith
then-
King on Zai is like
100%.
100%.
Literally never lost the game, and there's the
Okay.
inverter that you were talking about. So it is going to be offline puck.
Most likely, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, they could switch up. I don't see any reason for EG to change their lanes from the obvious. Just having Invoker and Puck being off lane, Invoker mid, and farming up the Drow on top lane feels like the safest and strongest way to run it. And you're never really that scared of aggressive tri-lanes when you have a Visage on your team. Despite having Drow Ranger who's not that strong in
10
clash
seconds
scenarios,
remaining.
I don't think Virtus Pro are going to have an easy time taking it to
I think VP takes
5
Centaur
seconds
because like their whole
remaining.
team is so weak, and so like if you go on Drow or if you go on Invoker like straight in his face,
Reserve
they're gonna
time.
struggle so
5
hard, I think.
seconds remaining.
Yeah, I think the Centaur is a lot more attractive here now, but wow,
Oh,
we're gonna
yeah.
go with Zeus.
That's some crazy pick
So
right there.
It's some magic burst, I guess, coming out from VP. And I really feel as though with that pick,
ET Zeus, dude.
I mean, ET Zeus is very strong. And
Yeah.
so is Sky on top
Yeah.
of that. Like, you can really just blow somebody up really fast. My question, they're relying fully on the Brewmaster for initiation, and it's going to be into a team that has double silence, a swap, and cold snap. I mean, it seems really dangerous to me to rely on just him.
Yeah, exactly. Double silence built in, and then you never really know what the Invoker... You could just build
Prepare
control
for
roll the same
battle.
way Hani did as well, rushing that Orchid, and then
It
you
looks
have
like-
another instant silence there as well.
It looks like that's the plan because Fear is starting off with a Blades of Attack. He hasn't learned any orbs yet.
Normally the Quaswex build,
Exactly, yeah.
the face boots. If you go for Quas Exhort, it's more likely you're going to go for Power Treads or Basilius as your first items. And personally, I really like Urn as well. I think it's a strong
so
item
funny, like.
after
Well,
having
Proc's
played
cold
him.
snap now, too.
Exactly, yeah, that's the
Really nice.
synergy.
Yeah. They used to do that way back, and then they changed it so it doesn't, and now it's back to doing it.
They did nerf the cold snap quite heavily, so you can't actually like last hit creeps that well with it anymore. That was kind of neat.
It was ridiculously strong though.
Yeah.
Like
You could
one
cancel salves really easily with
Yeah,
it.
true.
Yeah.
Now it doesn't actually cancel salve anymore when you throw it, unless you're
A high level of
Yeah, high level of quas. And I'm not sure what level. Like you would have to be level 3 or 4 or something at least. At what point it doesn't really matter that much anymore.
So from the looks of things, we're just going to see some warding dropped here by EG. I would even say they don't necessarily have to play like 3 top, because even though Venge VS might be a pretty decent roaming combo, it kind of feels like if you just play it safe, get some pull experience and things like that, and make sure the Visage hits 6, you don't have to really make anything happen early, whereas I feel like VP kind of have some pressure on them to not just let the laning phase go too poorly, you know?
I'm just looking over to the Arizona Iced Out Bow cosmetic on Drow Ranger. It counts pretty much everything. Kills, the Frost Arrow kills, enemy silence, multi-hero silences, and silenced kills. Pretty funny. A gift from the spirits who sold his soul 6 times to grant Arteezy's wish. Very beautiful.
Jesus. I wish it actually had like a date on it, so like when you actually started using the item.
Yeah, so you could get an idea. But the problem is you can actually add gems with like 5,000 kills onto an item.
Oh, okay, so then it's kind of
It's pointless. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Such cheating.
The battle
Good to know.
begins.
So very defensive ward in the middle lane here. Obviously fearing the gank on Zeus with the Venge.
Yeah. The
It's
Zeus
not really
isn't
too hard to kill him either.
You just have to wait till Fear gets like 3 or 4 and has a decent level of cold snap.
I actually think that Quaswex Invoker is one of the best heroes to actually put against the Zeus. In terms of like, you get like 2 or 3 in Quas, you have a
get the
magic
regen,
stick.
yeah.
You basically never have to back. And even when you get to like level 5-ish, which is when Zeus normally starts becoming a bit of a nuisance for his damage output.
Have you seen
can
PPD's
just
position
Tornado EMP.
on bottom?
Yeah, he really wants to try to go for
He's completely hidden. They haven't seen him even though they walked by there, so it's a very nice little spot to...
He's playing super aggressive. He's dead. That's first blood. Easy kill.
That was so sneaky by PPD. That's a
It's
very good little
easy
spot.
to assume that the Venge would just be top, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that spot, even though he walked straight on top of that, like he walked by that passage, you still can't see straight in there unless you walk in to check it specifically. So that's probably a little hiding spot that more people are going to start using.
Yeah, it's nice.
I mean, this is kind of one of the risks that you run when you're playing like a 0 armor support. Even against a puck with just Drow Aura, you're going to be taking significant harass, like no matter what.
They both have 0 armor supports actually.
Yeah. So, I mean, on the side of EG though, it's a lot easier for a puck VS, I think, to lane than it is for the Brewmaster to even lane in top. I think it's actually going to be like favored that EG are going to win 2 lanes pretty handedly. The only one that's even up for debate is probably mid.
Yeah.
I don't think that Quaswex Invoker really loses to Zeus.
No, I don't think so, because his HP, as you said, is simply not going to go down enough. And when you have several points in Quas, you also have very high base HP.
Yeah.
Like your HP goes up so high that Zeus can't really burst you. And it becomes very difficult.
At the same time though, it's very difficult to get rid of Zeus because of the Arc Lightning. You'll just spam it all day and get last hits with it. Like,
Yes. So very important is how much can VP farm on their Phantom Assassin on that bottom lane, and already the lane is being contested quite a lot by EG, but they need to get her really farmed if they want to transition into mid game properly.
Do you think PPD will venture bottom again, or is he done?
I don't really think there's much of a reason for him to go top. I mean, the pulls are being soaked by the Visage right now, and he kind of needs a level 6, I think, more than even TPD does. Since they see Brew top, they can assume that Sidoi's not going to have Blink Dagger for ages. So with no initiation, the only thing really to fear from the side of VP is, I guess, maybe Zeus's burst damage.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't really think that's going to be enough to make EG feel so pressured, at least for a while. I mean, until Sidoi gets Blink, it's like, how do you go? Universe, though, almost dropping in the bottom lane. Gets a nice phase shift off with the Salve, going to keep himself alive. Salve will get cancelled, so he'll probably have to go back to base, but...
Bit of a mistake staying in vision there, because he could have run into a tree and just hit, so he doesn't lose his health. But anyway, he does stay alive. That's the most important thing on this lane anyway. They should not be giving away kills to VP. As long as they don't die with the Puck or Vengeful down there, they're gonna win that lane.
Sidoi's actually not doing as bad as I thought he would be doing. He's like nearly level 3. At 3 minutes, it's not too bad, considering the...
Oh, Universe actually almost dropping again. Gets another phase shift. Are you kidding me? He's really alive. Okay, this one I think is going to kill him. No, he goes to the orb. The game distance phase shifted 1.
It's so close.
Oh.
Did he jump a little bit too early?
I think he did, actually.
Yeah.
It was a really nice attempt, though. Like, he was half a second.
It was very close. And PPD is going to be happy to steal some of this experience now that he gets the solo lane after his teammate dies. But this is exactly what VP needs.
Justice.
Making the kills happen there in bottom lane. And they also have stacked their bull camp. So you're gonna get a nice double camp pulled and reset the lane.
Whenever I play support and that happens, it's like there's so much pressure on you to get the last hits, because like these are the last hits you're getting for the next like ages, you know what I mean?
When you do the pull?
Yeah, no, when you're like in the bottom lane when Universe died.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, when PPD was well.
Yeah, exactly.
Astron on the Zeus here.
Yeah, looks like he might want to try to kill.
Here has Tornado, he dispel it, he could dispel the haste.
This level 1 Wex though.
Yeah, it's only a little baby tornado.
Bait him into the tornado, throws it out, misses on the Zeus.
This Bill's thank you for the message.
Wow, G just wants blood. He just wants to go back in. The damage is not enough. Okay, there we go. The arc actually kills him, but
Hashtag not worth.
not worth it all.
Yeah.
Especially giving the kill to Fear.
The high level in Quas allowing him to kind of continuously stun the Zeus.
Yeah. Doing really well now is Fear on mid lane with his face boots and 700, 800 gold even at minute 4 against the Zeus. And Zeus is one of the worst heroes of the mid lane at denying. He has 0 denies against an Invoker, and you know, rightly so. You can't deny against.
You have to attack so close, and your animation.
Well, not only is it Invoker, but he also has Drow Aura, who is going to stick attack soon. Yeah, so they want to try to kill RTZ here. He's going to be taking quite a bit of damage. I don't think it's enough to kill, though. He just actually turns around. He's got triple Wraith Band. He just wants to slay.
6 accent build as Loda was called.
PPD coming in from the side as well. They're going to ignore Jotun. Can they actually get the stun up on Sadoy? Yes, they can. No TP for him.
The vision from Universe's Illusionary Orb gave sight.
Yeah, and that's really good. Universe doesn't need to like stay on the bottom lane at all times. He just needs to try and find kills everywhere. As a puck, the most important thing is staying alive and maybe finding assists or kills, and you'll be happy.
I really think that BZZ needs to be extremely active in this game. I don't think like going for Battle Furies or anything silly like that is going to be good at all. He needs to be like in the fight
drums.
I've said that every game we had a PA, that I don't like the Battle Fury build into farming and going later on, because you can go so aggressive with just like Aquila and Emerald Dominator or Aquila and upgraded boots even. You can go and clash. And I kind of if you just wait out this game, you're gonna lose TG.
I'm interested to see what his item choice is going to be. I mean, there's still a scary amount of burst on the side of EG, so it kind of makes you want to go for like an early BKB almost. Because really, who on the team is supposed to absorb damage from you?
Yeah.
Zeus is not really a tank. Brew is kind of, but he's going to be split, so there's not really going to be much focus on him. And then you have a support Elder Titan, so...
I think it's more about the chaos that Brewmaster can create. So if Brewmaster goes in first and you follow up with PA, you can kind of pick your targets. If you go into everyone, obviously, without BKB, you're going to die.
Always want to spin the Drow, do you? Because you do so much damage, or do you just go one Drow with PA and it's fine? Because of the way the ulti works, you know, if you get close to her, she doesn't have that much agility.
Well, someone needs to close distance to Drow always, and I guess it's easiest to do by having Brewmaster jump in and then PA taking whatever target you can get.
You risk the silence, though, if you...
You do, for sure.
Sometimes you might have to just go for an immediate split rather than Earth. Or
he doesn't necessarily need to get the clap off. He just needs to get in there.
Because when I was watching some brews earlier in the competition, like they blink in and they try and split, but it takes so long for the animation that they can just get silenced nearly before it.
If you're fast enough, you could probably still catch it, or more importantly, it's about vision, right? Like if you see the panic and you know the initiation is going to be there, it's still a lot easier to actually cancel it in that case. But
it's obviously not ideal to rely on a Brewmaster to jump in against silencers and close distance on them. But what really are your options? You have PA who can jump in first, but then she gets bursted down by all the damage on EG.
Yeah.
So she needs to be able to pick her targets. I think that's more important than having a safe person jumping in.
Okay. Sort of. Looks like Fear's gonna go for the drums build.
I'm actually kind of surprised that he didn't just opt to go for Midas.
This is a long time since I've seen drums Invoker.
Well, it's definitely good for Quatswex because his role in the game is basically just be the control. You know, be at every single fight, Tornado EMP, throw out a cold time too. It's not really huge demand from him. Nice steal from PPD on the room. doing pretty good damage to Yol, actually. He's got 2 points into it. They might actually be able to kill Yol here.
Yeah, all the damage from Vengeful there. I mean,
Solo died to a Venge. Look
Venge
at that,
hitting for 98.
98. It's so ridiculous, isn't it? Like 8 minutes into the game.
Yeah, -4 armor as well with Wave of Terror top lane. And they, oh, okay, they cannot catch. Even TPing up and canceling with Skywrath. Virtus Pro stretching to find kills now, but struggling.
Well, on the bright side for them, Sedoya is only about a half a level behind Universe, which isn't too bad considering the circumstances. Granted, VP gave away a couple of kills. Their safe lane support got first blooded, which isn't ideal, but I think the split is going to be like the turning point for VP.
Well, the one thing about EG, if you just let them do what they're doing now, they're like one of the best teams in the world at just farming. Like they will literally use every single resource on the map. Like, what's the... It's like 3.5k gold.
At 9 minutes with no tower.
Yeah.
The last hits are doing really well.
Exactly, yeah.
So also the amount of denies you see is really impressive. So mid lane, the Invoker has 67 plus 64 damage with a Quas Invoker. Just because of the aura from Drow Ranger helping him out so much. I think she gives 36 damage to everyone right now, which is plenty. Plenty of damage.
41.
41 actually. Oh
it's
yeah,
always my favorite thing to play with a Drow on my team, because I pretty much never go Exort. I just love playing Claw Specs. I just like the style.
You just like running around in Viz?
Well, I mean, yeah, more or less. So, gee, could be in some trouble here. There's some Vision Birds behind, going for a stun. Nice silence on a PPD, though. Stops the magic missile. Tornado, though. On the river from Fear, and this is going to be a free kill on G. Yeah, very nicely done.
The aggression and EG playing quite a bit together here. Gonna go for a stack with Drow Ranger, try and clear up the Ancients. There's a lot of gold to pick up, and even Visage can just help click away here. Because remember, the Familiars do get the damage here, so they deal a lot of damage as well.
Even without like, dropping them, they're doing 50 damage, and they attack like, is it
extremely fast?
2 times a second. Like, what?
Yeah, even more than 2. So yeah, extremely high damage output on this Ancient kill. And meanwhile, they're also letting Universe catch up a little bit on top lane, just trying to farm up this Blink Dagger. So I like this rotation.
I kind of feel like VP have put G on a hero that isn't enough impact for him. Like, Zeus is a good hero for being able to dish out damage in team fights, but I don't really feel like it's something that...
You can't solo game on him.
Yeah, you can't play the way that G normally plays, which is looking for kills. Like not Queen of Pain and TA or...
Yeah, when I was watching VP yesterday, like I was saying the same thing. Like, he needs like a Storm Spirit, a Puck, that kind of mobile... Like, TA is the same, you know what I mean? Like, just gets into the fight and just gets stuff done. Like, that's his kind of...
It's been very dangerous now for Zeus as the Familiars come in as well. It's just starts there.
The damage output is completely insane from EG.
Yeah, but I think that G playing the Zeus against Invoker in particular is a really hard matchup.
Stomp coming out. They want to go on this. Actually, Sleep hits on 2, so do I go in for the double tap? Only hits on Fear. Silence, he should be dead.
He was very dead. I don't think his stick would have made much of a difference. He decided to keep it.
He was mega dead.
He was definitely...
He's actually opting to go for the Orchid after jumps, which I think is really good against the Brew for obvious reasons. They might be able to get Zai as well.
PA going ham here, trying to fight a little bit. Can she crit on any dagger, anything? Just trying to chase down. Should get this kill. Yeah. Meanwhile, though, Puck does kill Elder Titan after he denies the tower. So, sort of worth for Yol.
Oh, Jadam looking for a kill here on Universe. There is no mana for an orb right now.
He has the silence though, yeah.
Yeah, he has 1 Arcane Bolt and he has silence, but is anyone going to get close enough? Looks like G's there. Oh,
dear God.
Did that do 450 damage?
Can we have a check, Weapons?
That looked insane.
No.
You have to set it for individual players if you're looking for
I can check it. That's fine.
That was insane. Very high.
And it's only level 2 as well, the seal. So imagine level 4 seal, oh my God.
Actually, it would probably be 350 damage, not 450. This base mana this is 25%, so if it adds 25, it would just be like 350.
So EG actually got them first. They won the contest and they picked Dire. So
he hit him for 354 damage with the bolt. Just 20. Pretty much just negating the resistance.
Yeah.
Oh, they want to go on this Tornado. Going after the high ground, going to barely miss IG. There's the Ages. pops here. Yeah, EMP is going out. Doesn't really make contact as much. G going to be able to retreat. Primal Split coming out from Sidoi. They want to try to go on BGZ. Match misses there. Silence to follow it up coming out from RTZ. Universe in trouble now. Silence. They're all focusing him down. Nice swap from PPD and the Familiar Spin at the same time. Hitting 3. The coil off it. The Universe coming back in. They manage to take one down. Elder Titan the next to fall. And Jotun will be the third. Ultimate coming out from G picks the kill on Universe, but he's going to be trading his own life for this.
So close to killing off PPD.
So basically what happened there, Sidoi Brewmaster split and chased Fear like to the middle lane basically to the water, and left his whole team just to fight on his own. Like when you have a Brewmaster in your team, you need to be in the mix, you know, tornadoing people. Like,
I don't think he put a single person in the air, did he?
No.
He kind of just ignored everything.
He chased Fear down to the end of the earth.
Yeah. Single targeting that hard onto an Invoker, well, he's not the most important thing. And we talked about how Drow Ranger is the one that you need to get on. And I believe that you remove her ulti just by having the Earth Panda close to her, or I don't know if the normal Panda is a hero, right? Yeah, the Earth Panda is like a hero. Bottom lane, BTZ.
So much damage.
No misses from her teeth.
Oh, he only has level 1 evasion actually. He's opted to max Blink Strike, so.
It's the precision bow though. It's not gonna miss.
That's true.
Do you like this build, going for Battle Fury in a game like this?
For the PA?
Yeah.
I really feel as though there's not one item that's going to give her enough of an impact in the beginning of the game to really like make it so she's going to fight well, you know? So maybe his contingency plan is just
farm.
I'm going to try to make it to Battle Fury, and then if I get BKB Basher afterwards, then I'll be an actual threat.
The thing I see happening though is Fear on Invoker, just running around with Orchid, just picking you up all the time.
Well, actually, it's actually quite difficult for a Crossfox Invoker to kill PA, assuming the PA has max blur.
If you EMP Tornado, like with an Orchid on and stuff, I don't think it's
Radiant's top tower is
Well,
under
HP-wise,
attack.
if you get the full combo off, sure, he'll die, because he only has 700 health right now. But I'm saying if you're going around with like Ghost Walk on and you're just relying on Cold Snap and auto attacks and Orchid, you probably won't kill him.
Yeah. Trying to
miss a
find
lot.
Universe here on bottom is VP.
Dyer's bottom
see
tower
him.
is under
Oh, they want to
attack.
turn it around. Coil on the G. Snout's going to miss from Mule. Nice knock by Universe, but he gets crit, bolted, and clapped at the same time. They're going to be able to get G in return.
Zai is laughing. He's over by the Ancients just after squeezing.
Those birds, man.
Them birds doing work. They die, but he has only 15 seconds cooldown on them.
Radiant's
and
top
in
tower
this
is
room,
under
along
attack.
with Ghost Walk coming in here from behind the Invoker and Vengeful.
Look at TZ.
Oh man, they're actually TPing away. EZZ's going to be kind of stranded here.
Yeah,
He
but
only
that means
has
they're
Jotun to
alone.
help. Oh, Jotun. He is so dead. Oh, he realized
It's really
they're there.
cold.
The Ghost Walk, he's just a goner.
Suddenly really cold.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
so hard.
Yeah, and Vengeful has done a lot of work in this game, and that makes me really happy because whenever people mention star players of EG, PPD is the one that you kind of don't think about.
Oh,
like everyone else is the
Jeez.
Holy crap.
damage.
Sanji Nasha.
But yeah, this game 4-0 and Vengeful, really impressive play with all the
Radiant's bottom
games.
tower is under attack.
I mean, it's just a small thing that PPD did, like in the
Radiant's
beginning of the game,
bottom
just being in
tower
that
has
position,
fallen.
realizing that the Skywrath would be playing aggressively because you want to zone the offlaner as hard as you actually can, and it being dire side, so the wave is actually closer to the tower and you have a hiding spot. Like, thinking that far ahead is pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty ridiculously good, to be honest. So
It's like he has a crystal ball and you can see into the future or something like that.
he's a mystic, magician.
Yes. Is he an Oracle?
Oh.
Radiant's
Too soon.
bottom tower
Literally
is
too
under
soon.
attack.
Actually
Not
too
in the
soon.
game yet.
RTZ missed a pull here on the Ancients because he maimed the big creep and it ended up blocking the pull, so he only gets one stack.
Damn you, Mame.
Damn you, maim. Why did I buy the Sanj? Sanji Asha working against him. BZZ.
What's the logic behind this Sanji after this game? He just wants to be mobile and farming loads? Is that what they're doing? Like he just wants to run around farming?
ZZ actually goes down to this combination. Tries to get a kill, but meanwhile, Puck also goes down to the Brewmaster along with everyone pretty much. The logic behind it, well, I think it's just a decent item, to be honest. It gives you a lot of movement speed, which is always welcome when you're running around and farming this much.
It's 6% more than a
Top
Manta
tower is
as
under
well.
Yeah,
attack.
6%
Just for farming then.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those items that kind of gives you the best of both worlds, gives you a bit of durability. Like, having 1400 health on a Drow on Agi Treads isn't too bad at 17 minutes in. Actually, more than that when he goes to Strength, obviously. But I think overall, it's just one of those things where you don't really want to buy an early BKB on this hero, even though her damage is already pretty substantial.
Especially in this patch.
Yeah.
With the
You want to
BKB
try to
converts
delay BKB as long as humanly possible now until you absolutely...
I try and get it for my last item. Like it's
yeah.
In some games, obviously, you need to customize and get it faster, but
Yeah.
And it's not as YOLO as like Mask of Madness, where you would just instantly die to a Zeus CT combo, right? Where you just like pop it and just Zeus ult takes half your HP.
it's a good
Gee.
point.
Oh, he noticed the cold.
Run away from the temperature drop. But yeah, I like that he's staying high HP without having the mass commanders on and so on, because he's harder to gank, as you say.
VP still haven't bought Dust or Sentries.
I mean, they have a Zeus.
Okay, but if Zeus is ulted, I'm dead.
I think the justification for it is when you're behind.
Yol, definitely dead here.
Oh yeah. Cold Snap, Orchid.
Zeus!
Later.
Please!
Yeah, would have been decent to have some centers out, but they're so starved in money. I mean, they're just falling behind that much. Already we see pretty much a 12,000 gold advantage going EG's way after
Holy
18
crap.
minutes. This is a humongous advantage.
So dominant, like.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it though is like the way that VP drafted. They gave themselves basically one game plan, right? It's use the Brewmaster to be our initiator. If that doesn't work, our mid to late game is, I would say, vastly inferior to what EG have drafted.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you really deal with the damage output of their team? And we also have to consider that in this type of game, Drow is actually free to go straight MKB if Arteezy feels like that's the item that he wants.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, no matter what your item progression is on PA,
Oh, jeez.
you're just a goner. And speaking of, G is going to be joining his teammate. in the
Trying to
well.
get Visage on top lane though, getting some return here.
Dyer's top tower
They use
is under
everything.
attack.
They use Split. They need to though. They need to get objective.
That was extremely high commitment, so they're not going to get the actual objective in the end here,
No.
because there's no way they take the tower.
Fear has realized this though. Like they've not Dust, so he's like, okay.
I mean, it really is a bummer for killing like a support, losing G in the
Dyer's top
process, and not even
tower
being
is
able to
under
kill a
attack.
tier 1. Like ideally, you're able to pressure something in a situation, but just because of the amount of farm that Fear has, like he's 6-1 and 1 in 100 CS at 90 minutes.
Look at his damage right now.
Yeah, he hits tremendously hard, and this is important when you're playing a Drow strat. They have been playing aggressively, taking the fight to the enemy team,
Letting Drow
because
farm.
they can play 4v5 sort of,
Yeah.
due to the high damage they have. Even Vengeful hits harder than the enemy carry. So at this stage, of course, he doesn't have crit, but even so, I mean, with the build that he has the full mech when it's delivered. With the power treads, he can just walk in and click people and deal pretty much the same damage output as a PA at this stage, which is completely insane. With his minus armor,
Dude.
possibly even.
VP kind of have a. You could never underestimate.
Oh, maybe not the bolt from long range. He actually ground targeted
That's a huge
that.
kill.
That's
That
big.
was a very nice play by G, actually.
Yeah, Arteezy does have his entire BKB on the courier though, so yes, you killed him, but he lost no gold.
Yeah, so the VP always have the potential to blow someone up with the Zeus Skyrat Elder Titan thing, for sure. And so you can't really be
That was
too
one
safe.
kill. One kill. 2,800 experience.
Yes.
2800.
I mean, we have to like keep in mind 10,000 plus
bottom
gold and experience at
tower is under
20%.
attack.
You're gonna get a lot for killing people.
Look at it, it actually went up, the graph went up quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big swing. I mean, you kill a level 15 hero 20 minutes into the game.
When like you have a level 9 Skyrat. Like.
Exactly. So, of course, it's massive. Bottom here, Universe going aggressive.
Ooh, nice play from VP.
A little bit too greedy on the farm there, Universe. He should have known that they wanted to take an objective after killing Arteezy there, so probably shouldn't jaunt into the kill. Oh,
Well, they
the
didn't
creeps.
have any vision down there either. It was kind of like,
Yeah, but you have to feel it there, I think.
Yeah.
Expect something.
I suppose it's fair. Nobody was farming mid or top for that matter. So
Yeah, so
I guess it was
Dyer's
like a little
bottom
bit risky.
tower is under
Oh,
attack.
it's gotten icy.
Fear, just casually making people cold and walking away again.
The fear.
It's the I'm watching you.
Yeah, he puts the fear in the net, the joke.
Damn.
I mean, the
Low-hanging
old
fruit.
version of Ghost Walk was actually significantly lower movement speed, so you couldn't really patrol the map like this. Like, imagine old Weaver who had the little shades. I mean, that's pretty much what Fear is right now.
Yeah, yeah.
He's actually just gone like 7 years in the past and just turned into a Weaver shade.
Yeah, but with spells and high damage. Pretty decent.
And a silence.
And the ability to
Same.
solo kill
Oh, they had a
pretty much any
silence.
hero.
It did. No, that was later on. Not the Shades. That was in the Nyx version.
Oh, yeah.
Not the Weaver. Oh, miss. This could be too much for Fear, though.
They're ready
so
for this.
hard.
They blink in. They want to go
But they've
for
no
Fear.
dust.
There's no vision either, so he's not going to be able to get the kill.
They baited that one really
bought
well.
dust as well.
He was like, I'm just gonna sit here, you guys stay in the trees, and we go.
Okay, you got a regen room as well. Nom, nom, nom.
I mean, it should be fairly apparent after that death that I don't think VP are going to be splitting up much anymore. I don't really think they have the luxury of doing that. Like, they understand that Fear can solo kill pretty much anyone. And it's happened, I think, one too many times, and like on their account, like losing too many heroes. So now it's just like, okay, we need to stick all the time.
The problem here is then Arteezy just running around with his little precision bow, like just split pushing the whole time. And if you group up as 5, you have the Visage birds as well to worry about.
Yeah.
Like Zai isn't doing it yet, but he nearly has his Aghanim stun.
Well, I'm not saying that 5-manning is going to be like the way that VP win. I'm just saying that's what they have to do.
Yeah, they're forced into the corner. Like.
Yeah, and Roshan is now spawned. Arteezy gonna check it and find out that he is there. And with the San Hyasha, the minus armor and everything.
Look at the damage.
Yeah, Roshan is just crying. He gets he gets 0 auto attacks off. Roshan actually not doing anything.
Literally useless.
Lying like a
having
creep.
like a sigil and an enchantress, and the Roshan just never hits you.
Yeah.
Okay, so BZZ actually kind of needed a lot of farming. To be honest, them kills on Arteezy.
He will get the BKB.
Yeah, definitely.
But question is, how much can he make happen with it? And I think this decision by Zidoy to go Aghanim in this game is a mistake. I think he needs BKB himself, because it's very likely that he jumps in and gets silenced.
Tower is under attack.
And if he does, I don't see VP winning a team fight.
I almost catch out Fear again in top lane. Do they have any dust here? Yellow's going to throw in the Spirit, looking for a stomp, but Fear is just so freaking fast.
He has a deafening blast.
Yeah, the race car get daggered here. So do I continue forward? He's going to even should be daggered, I think.
Deafening blast?
Oh, dagger. The crit. 315.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I like the positioning of BZZ there, though. It's very easy to like telegraph that you're going to go for the 2-hero tornado rather than the 1, and not standing in a straight line, just making sure that you can get the dagger off.
You got a kill on an enemy core, which is really important,
Dire's
but in the
bottom
end, you
tower is
lose
under attack.
1000 HP on your mid tower because of the split pushing Drow Ranger immediately, and it's so hard to stop what EG are doing.
Yeah, I think this is just a game where EG actually got everything they wanted in the early lane. Gonna have to hold that thought though. Brown's still coming out. Want to go for PPD. Scarrow is going to be there as well. They find one kill.
They should find one more here. PPD is definitely dead, so really good job catching out the 2 support heroes here. And maybe
they're
can
doing
make
it.
This, yeah,
They're doing it.
VP are doing it. Can they turn this into a tower mid at least, and then farm their stack? Maybe they can get some, get the 3rd item up on PA.
It's going to be a bit worrisome if that PA gets like BKB and then like a Basher, or a BKB and another item on top of that.
Yeah.
Even though Fear is going in KB, it doesn't appear that Arteezy is interested in buying one and has just purchased an ultimate orb instead. So the only person who's going to have a reliable right click against a fresh BKB PA is going to be Fear. He can actually hit on 2. Fear going to be dropping here though. Familiars not enough to save, and they do end up getting shot him in return. Universe will have to expect Fear to do so. See if they can find anything else. Yol going to get a nice stomp on at least one. Universe actually phase shifted that one.
What do you think about going like minus armor on PA, like Desolator in this game?
I think it's a bit. It's really good for damage. Like, you would be able to burst insanely hard, like if you got a crit.
Yeah, I would really like to see the Vlads on Brewmaster, though. I can't agree with this Aghanims in this game at all, because no one else really affords. Well, maybe Elder Titan can sacrifice his Eul Scepter builds, but he's not gonna do that.
He looks like he wants it.
Yeah, he really wants that item.
He even bought the recipe when I said that. He's like, okay, right, just to confirm, I'm buying Euls.
But this also puts your PA in a spot where she has no lifesteal, and as you said, Andy, buying into a Basher is amazing on PA, but you're still gonna end up losing your HP and not regaining it during the fights, which is gonna be a downside against EG.
Yeah. I mean, eventually you probably want to get Dominator and Basher, transition to a late game like Abyssal Satanic. But we have to assume that EG are probably going to try to end the game before that happens.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, the Desolator will give you so much damage right now. Like, it's a cheap enough item to buy. Like, he only needs like 1.5k gold.
It would be amazing. It would be amazing. I would be happy to see a Desolator if they also had the Vlads, but just going for it now, I almost think that the Basher is more needed.
Okay.
They don't really have a whole lot of lockdown, to be honest. Like, they really rely on the big fight jungle right here. Coil on 2, Silence on the Satori. Zeus going to be out. Their splitter actually going to go in as well. BKB pop out of jump. They managed to kill Fear almost right away, and BKB's actually doing quite well. Despite Universe going to eat a Silence. He's down to Arteezy as well. The turn is real. BP taking this team fight in a big way. First hit crit. They managed to take out Jotun, but that is it.
And they catch the Visage as well, holding him in place.
Birds, though, they're angry.
He's going to try to TP out here, but not gonna happen.
He's not getting away
He's
MVP.
extremely tanky, but
Wow, that has to be a massive swing after getting that much.
Show fight recap.
Yeah,
Holy crap.
that is a really, really good fight for VP, and they were in the better position there. I think EG were not expecting the full 5.
Yeah.
Because why would they walk into
Dire's
that
middle
fight
tower
if
is
they
under
knew?
attack.
basically died and
Dire's
used one spell.
structures are
Like he
fortified.
EMP'd and then he was dead. Like just
Yeah.
immediately. The Elder Titan Spirit, Earth Splitter, and I think Zeus like hit him at the same time.
Dire's
And he just
middle
exploded.
tower
Like
has
he didn't do a
fallen.
single thing.
It's kind of the weakness of doing this roaming around Ghost Walk thing. Like you don't have an extra invoke ready, so you don't have like 3 spells to just throw at them really quickly.
It's also the fact that he's going for the Demon Edge build. Wants to get an MKB, of course, but I think if he had something like a Force Staff, Blink Dagger along with his Orchid, which he could have had there in that fight if he wanted to, that could have saved him maybe, and at least made it so he has bigger impact. Because the damage is already there from the Drow Aura, in my opinion. So, of course...
I think he's worried about the evasion, but like
a Hex, maybe?
On Brew, yeah, a Hex would have been maybe the better option. Like Brew has evasion and so does PA.
Well, I think the thought process is the MKB is the item progression that you want to have by the time PA gets the BKB.
Yeah.
And you're the only person on the team who's building towards it. So I actually kind of thought that Arteezy would do it. Like, just
He's
go
going
MKB
scatty. He's
after
just
SMY.
He's like, I just want the stats. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to chill and click creeps, and you guys are going to do all the work.
Yeah, I think this is actually a good
Dire's
build against
top
everything
tower
but
is
the
under
PA.
attack.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter how much
Dire's
health you have if you get
structures are
RNG.
fortified.
Yeah, I'm not too impressed with this build against the PA, as you say,
Dire's
because
top
look
tower
at
has fallen.
what he can do. In that last fight, he just could not click the PHE close distance, and then he's standing there. Even having a Force Staff maybe on the Drow Ranger would make me really happy, or a Blink Dagger can also work out wonderfully.
The other thing about his items is against Elder Titan, building these huge stat
Dire's
items don't
top
actually do that
tower is
much for
under
you, like
attack.
armor-wise. So at the moment he has like 24 armor,
He actually has 0.
but yeah, the most of that is actually
Everything is gone as soon as he gets
everything
close.
is gone.
Yeah.
So PA hits for like 1 billion.
That is really true.
I'm
And
kind
right
of wondering
now,
what his next item progression is going to be. Does he just go Butterfly after this? Or does he, like,
No, you need. So I think you could even.
on who?
Andra?
Well, since they're not going Hex, he needs the MKB, I think. No one is
Well,
anywhere
he seems
near.
to be going stat heavy, so if he's going for stats for Aura, then Butterfly is like
Or
best stat item,
Ethereal
basically.
Blade actually mightn't be too bad.
I think Aura doesn't do crap for you if you don't have anyone with a Hex. Like,
Yeah.
you're just gonna end up not doing anything to the PA. And in the end, she is the one really important hero that you need to kill.
Yeah. Okay.
At least that's how I would approach this game. And
Well,
PA
Spears
almost
literally
has
just
super
said
bad
Dire's
MKB
bottom
to
tower is under
Arteezy, I think,
attack.
because it's pretty easy to hear the players press, but they're obviously wearing
Yeah.
like soundproof headsets, so I think it's pretty apparent that
Yeah, they're when the fancy helicopter ones.
yeah,
Dire's
they definitely
bottom
understand
tower
what
is
needs to be
under
done. And I
attack.
think it's one of those situations where
Dire's
this is VP's time to
structures are
actually
fortified.
like punish, right?
Yeah, they can win
Oh, yeah.
right now.
Right now, I would almost go as far as to say that they're a little bit stronger in the
Dire's
team fights.
bottom
They have the
tower has
BKBs
fallen.
and they have the Brewmaster ulti with Aghanims. They have Yules just finished on y'all, so he can
Radiant's
like
top tower is
solo
under
lock down
attack.
someone for the entire fight.
Dire's bottom tower is
Yeah,
under attack.
that is very nice.
You know, with the stomp Yules combo. Like. But again, EG are just kind of farming everywhere. They don't even mind.
If they can avoid some engagements and make sure that they don't give away like a Roshan or something like that, and they get double MKB like on Arteezy and Fear, then I think it's actually fair to say that they could just come right back. And I mean, it sounds weird to say that they could come right back, but the fact that they've given away 3 fights in succession, the amount of money that they gave up and experienced, especially to heroes like BZZ and the PA, it's like, absolutely game-changing.
And it's not just what they got from those fights, but it's what they get continuously from farming the entire map here as well.
Yeah.
Because you give up
After
control.
the birds.
Yeah, the bird's really dangerous, but they are gonna go down here to some nice right clicks. He's gonna resummon.
He's gone for the Abyssal, just finish it there.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna have a hard time in these fights now.
Yeah, the
That's
Abyssal-
honestly like the item that all of a sudden makes the PA absolutely terrifying.
Yeah.
Especially if he gets like even one good bash or one good crit. It's just, if the Elder Titan Spirit is out on heroes like Drow, for example, or anyone really for that matter, it's like they have a Bassi, I think, for armor, but they don't have it. No, they have Mech Armor Aura as well.
Yeah.
So that one's actually pretty good, but they don't have Vlad's and they don't have AC. So
I have a question about the BKB and the Elder Titan Aura. Like, how does that work? You still get Aura, don't you? But only BKB.
Yeah, you still get
it's
Aura.
like
it still
AC.
applies.
Yeah.
It does not care about anything. So props to EG for still keeping a pretty good control of the map here, despite giving up those team fights, because they know they don't want to fight right now. But Virtus.pro are taking it to them, going into their jungle. They know they can pressure the enemy, because team fight wise, right now, Virtus.pro is stronger. Roshan is up though.
Yeah, VP know this too. You can see their aggressive positioning.
Yeah, and the drawing.
Look at the arrows.
They draw a line.
They shall
Rosh.
not pass.
I really like the smoke. I mean, it might be a little bit obvious, but at the very least, they understand the priority of Roshan right now.
Yes, but no one is defending the bottom tower, so as you say, it becomes more and more obvious for every second that passes
the aura?
right now.
Like, if you see maybe 2 or 3 range creeps, then kind of
Are they actually going to be able to take him out here? He's
the
immediately going to pop it and just walk away. Looks like Universe is going to be fine too. So they've committed split to this. It might be PPD. Definitely out of position. Going to be dropped pretty quickly.
Yeah, EG though, they lose 1, but they also know that the enemy used up their Brewmaster split, so
Look
maybe
at
they want to
Fear and the
contest
birds
this.
mid.
Yeah, do they want to contest Roshan at all?
Radiant's
After the split
bottom
is
tower
gone?
is under attack.
I don't know. I really feel like VP could still just rush quite easily.
Uh-oh, Universe.
Like having a PA on your team, even without lifesteal, like you can actually just tank it forever. There's not really much you're going to go to do about it. And I think EG, there's like many good familiars to the split push mid. They get a tier 2.
Invoker is coming in as well.
Yeah, he can be a nuisance here, but can he really do anything big? That's my question.
It's pretty hard to roll for the enemy.
They caught him out here. Mystic Player is going to be there. He actually ends up getting faded here for a little second, and he just blinks away. Oh, he's too salty.
They continue to do Roshan. And this is a cheese Roshan as well.
TC does not care about this road. He doesn't want to go there, so in the end, it seems that EG are going to get this one up. And as you say, cheese and Hate is going the way of VP now. It's very slow, really.
And there's the Vlads that we asked for.
I guess this is the lower risk approach that EG are doing, because they could probably have fought there with the Brewmaster split down, but it would not be an easy fight by any means. Instead, they're just going to play it safe and say, hey, we don't want to go for a 4v5 by any means. We're going to keep farming up until I get stronger.
The longer the game goes on, though, EG will eventually come out on top. Unless, like, they just need control for PA.
It comes down to execution, though, because
if
if PA can delete one player, you know, the computer out the window kind of style, blinking of an Abyssal Blade, then it's still very hard to say that they're going to be ahead in late game.
Yeah, I'm still worried. Like, normally you would say that a dual core team like EG should have the advantage, and in terms of overall damage output, I think that they probably have a slight edge, but the ET is kind of a equalizer. They're going to be able to catch out Zai here, and there's the crit.
Yeah.
Alright, so the big thing to remember too is that if BZ ends up dying, like he loses Aegis and dies again, the gold swing is going to kind of get ridiculous again, right?
Yeah.
He's worth so much right now
Dire's middle
to
tower
EG, and it's
is
only
under
going to take
attack.
like one good base defense to kind of...
Howard began bringing him down twice, though, when he always has his team around him. I think it's not going to be an easy task to...
They almost have 2 BK or MKBs, which means that...
I think Hex was always the right option. Like, it doesn't even matter if you can hit PA, because he's going to kill you in 2 hits.
Yeah, like hexing the Brewmaster.
Actually getting caught out here on top as well.
Oh, wow.
He's going to be dropping. Sadoy looking for something mid, but not going to find anything. Universe able to blink to safety.
Yeah, they lose bottom tower, but now EG have to go back and defend here. Really aggressive by VP to keep pressuring this hard while killing off Invoker on top. But they know how important he is.
BZZ is like...
They need to get out. Oh, nice.
Universe buying time for his team. Teleport react. Buyback straight away from Fear. Arteezy teleports to the tower as well. Needs a boulder to the face, and they're not actually going to end up defending this at all. So here goes in. They want to go right into Arteezy. Pops the BKB, but it does nothing. He hits so hard. He was hitting for 400 damage.
Yeah. That was insane. Of course, no single armor on the Drow there as the ET was on him.
It's hilarious, isn't it?
The spirit is there.
Dire's middle barracks
So do you,
has fallen.
maybe an AC or something like that would have been good on
Dire's
Drow?
middle barracks
I don't
has
even know.
fallen.
A 4-staff, as you said.
I'm not sold on this build overall. I just think that they're playing very weird. Not going for Hex, not going for the Blink Dagger and Drow. I really like what Alliance were doing instead when they played the very similar draft to what EG is sitting on. And yeah, I just think the Blink Dagger on Drow, so you never get caught out by these positionings. Because he got Stifling Daggered into Blink Dagger, into Blink Strike, and just death. And that won't happen if you have a Blink.
I think a lot of it could also just be attributed to, I think EG got really overconfident during the mid game. Like Fear was walking around by himself for basically what, 10 minutes?
There was
Like
a point...
he hadn't really done anything with the team for quite a while, and they were just like looking for solo kills for such a long time, well after VP had already adapted to the situation, that they just they were just giving away kills for free.
Yeah, there was a point mid where Fear died, and then, as you said, they should have expected them to push bottom.
They've been bleeding a lot of kills overall. Like people getting picked off everywhere, not even just Fear. Mid lane, Universe, using a little bit of a orb here. Maybe they can catch him, but they are revealed.
They have vision there.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Boss coming out. So we have a little bit of a break here, and we can talk about what PA is gonna get next, because she's so rich.
I think it's MKB.
Yeah. I would expect that this is just a
golden sword of destiny.
Yeah, obviously Daedalus doesn't do much for you. You already have the best crit in the game. Why would you go for any other crit, really? Even though they stack, it's
It's not great.
You don't care. MKB would be really strong here. But I'm surprised that Virtus Pro, we say that EG has been doing a lot of mistakes as well, but Virtus Pro have really come together and just played phenomenally the second half of the game.
Do you think it's a lot to do with Elder Titan and his aura, like the aura?
I think the Zeus and ET are actually the major factors as to why they're still in the game. I think Sidoi has actually played like... I usually expect Sidoi to do better than he's done this game, right? Okay. I think he's underperformed a little bit, but I think between G and Yul, it's like their damage output is just completely insane. Like when they killed Fear immediately in the team fight in the woods, that to me was like the really big turning point, because it wasn't just a pick anymore. It was taking a huge engagement, like killing 4 of EG and not really giving away anything in return.
That was pretty much when the entire game just swung, because prior to that point, VP could never farm. They had to go 5, and after that, EG just stopped their aggression. They could not contain the enemy.
Key gonna land here on Sidoi. Burns a little bit of mana.
He has a lot of mana with that Aghanim.
Yeah, I mean it's 550 for a max Lex EMP, so it's gonna take at least 2 of those minimum to put him to a low state of mana, and that's not including like Arcane Boost or stick charges. So VP fully committing to this top push. It's gonna be a bit scary. Oh my god, instantly killed. One shot. Literally one shot.
No armor.
He actually pops the BKB before the Aegis.
He's gonna go there.
He's gonna be there. He wants to go on Arteezy. If Abyssal Blade is there, can he get a crit? That's the question. But it doesn't even matter. He just kills him with regular auto attacks.
There's no buyback. He's dead, and GG. What a surprising turn of events there. Yeah. And a nice little touch was also that PA blinked in onto the creeps when Drow Ranger was standing next to them, because with BKB he cannot jump him. So he gets in there in the end. And just amazing how well VP managed to handle this. We talked about how G got shut down on the mid lane, and then it goes towards you saying that he had the highest impact